folks, this is Hillbilly Scribbs, and I am here in the Warzone. This is my first time to be here. I've been doing some stuff over in the Movie Trivia Face-Off, and ever since I got in there, I've been wanting to get out and experience some of these other fan leagues, and this just happens to be my first one. So I'm pretty excited. I've been a fan of this movie trivia since, well, I don't know, almost since the beginning of the Schmodown days, and I've kept up with the Schmodown since then. And earlier this year, I was at one of their live events. I ran into a feller named Nick Carley, and he introduced me to the fan leagues. So here I am, looking forward to hopefully not completely embarrassing myself today. I know I'm going up against Thomas Scully, and he's no slouch. He's pretty good, very knowledgeable. I've watched some of his matches, and he knows his stuff. So hopefully I can hang in there with him, maybe even get a W. We'll see. But hopefully it'll be a fun match regardless. And that's what I'm here for, is just to have a good time.
Okay. So this is the moment that everyone, no, I'm sorry, not everyone, maybe 2 or 3 people have asked for. It's my Warzone debut. I think it's time I diversified my portfolio a little bit. I've done a little bit over in Fandom, teaming up with Boatman. We're crushing it over there. I got a win under my belt in Sports Battlefield. That felt good. So I felt like with my faction, the New British Empire, greatest faction of all time, having one team belt, plus probably going to get the singles belt soon because we got 2 fantastic Warzone competitors in Boatman and Jacoby, who's the hottest competitor in the fan leagues right now. I felt like it's time that I stepped into Warzone, see what I can do, see how I compare to my faction mates. Not really expecting a whole lot. I do know a little bit. I do know a lot about like a wide array of movie categories. I'm not necessarily relying on a geek category to pop up somewhere in round 2. I know my stuff in other places. So yeah, I'm here to have a good time. I know Hillbilly's here. I've seen him over in MTFO. We've chatted a bit. He's a great guy. Hoping he does well. But yeah, it'd be nice to get a win under my belt and to have a win in now 3 divisions. So yeah, let's have fun.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Multiplex Movie Warzone. I'm your host, Kaleb Boatman, and we got a really interesting matchup, interesting debut. But before we talk about the 2 competitors, I want to introduce who's on the desk here. Somebody I feel like it's been a long time since we've seen him doing anything Warzone related. It is one Jim the Wolf Green. How are you doing today, Jim?
I'm feeling just right, Kaleb Boatman. I feel just right and ready to co-host this match with you. The last time I saw you, I TKO'd you, bitch. So that was
not even true.
You and this guy, you and Scully. So that was fun. But yeah, I'm ready. I'm here and ready.
That's not even the last time you saw me.
That's all I remember. So
the last time you saw me in canon hasn't actually happened yet. But that is when the MVP of a certain title match showed up, and he only respected you. He didn't respect anybody else on that call, but he gave you the respect. So we'll see. But enough about that. We got 2 very interesting competitors that they're debuting, but people know who they are. We've got one, Thomas the Warhawk Scully, aforementioned, my team partner in Fandom. This is not Fandom, so I don't have that alliance to Scully because he's not my Warzone partner, and he sucks in Warzone. I don't know how he is in Warzone. We'll see. But I think this will be interesting. Going up against one Hillbilly Scribbs, Jeffrey Saunders, somebody who, kind of in this area of the fan leagues, people might not be as familiar with, but if you know the MTFO, the Movie Trivia Face-Off, the Hillbilly Holler is his little show that he has over there, and it's great. I think that's actually a very funny show. And he, does a lot of stuff over there. And I think it'll be very interesting to see how both these competitors do in a Warzone format, because our format is a little different than they're used to. It's very different from the Fandom format. It's different than the MTFO format. So I think this is going to be interesting to see. Any other thoughts, Jim?
There's a sound of clicking, and it's not me. So, Kaleb Boatman, it is you. But yeah, all the good stuff you said, movie trivia face-off and stuff like that.
Am I having audio issues again?
I don't know. It sounds like there's some like. No.
Do you still hear it now?
No.
Okay,
it
then
like,
it's
kind of
fine.
like crunching. It was weird.
Was it this?
Yeah.
Oh, that's just me holding a container of mac and cheese. Okay, well, without further ado, let's get these two competitors into the ring. So, introducing first, making his Movie Warzone debut, representing the Movie Trivia Face-Off and Hillbilly Holler, it is Jeffrey Hillbilly Scribbs Saunders.
Howdy, folks.
Howdy. Introducing, coming into the ring, representing the new British Empire, it is also making his Warzone debut. It is Thomas, the Warhawk Scully.
You eat when you host, but you don't eat when you play. That seems bad, right?
Yeah, that is correct. Whenever I actually play a match, I have not eaten anything except a Funyuns and a banana. That is a deep cut reference to a really great match, Blockbuster versus Mr. Manage, where I forgot what a Triceratops looked like.
Funyuns, are those one of your favorite chips, Kaleb Boatman?
Kinda. Okay, without further ado, let's get into round one. Round one's going to work like this. There's going to be 8 different questions, 8 different categories. You're going to be writing your answers down on a whiteboard or a piece of paper if you prefer. If you get all 8 questions right, you do get a bonus question, and you get 3 repeats and a challenge for the match. Remember to keep your hands on screen during the asking of the questions. Other than that, let's get started with Jim, with the first question in the category of family films, as Vin Diesel would say. What was the name of the theatrically released sequel to the 80s film Honey, I Shrunk the Kids?
Well, just so you know, Boatman, you were entirely wrong because Funyuns aren't a chip. They're an onion-flavored corn snack. So
I feel like that's a reference to Psych, isn't it?
it is indeed.
Oh.
You know that's right.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Come on, son. Let's start with Scully.
Is it Honey, I Shrunk Ourselves?
And Jeffrey.
I got Honey, Blew Up the Kid.
That is correct. The Honey, We Shrunk Ourselves was not theatrically released. Straight to video.
All of those things are frowned upon legally.
Yes, they are.
Your next category is that of directors. And I hope you watched this last night because the question is, who directed Requiem?
Start that over.
Who directed Requiem for a Dream?
Requiem for a Dream.
Requiem.
Oh, Jim. 5, 4.
Repeat the question.
3. Okay.
You read it.
I'll repeat it this time. Who directed Requiem for a Dream?
Fun fact, I had a speech impediment as a child, and it was R's. Couldn't do the R's. Still comes out sometimes.
Oh, Jim, I've missed you. You're a funny guy. 5.
Thank you.
4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Let's start with Jeffrey.
All right. I didn't really know this one. I just threw out the first fancy director name that came to mind. Terrence Malick.
Incorrect. Scully.
I said Paul Thomas Anderson.
Also incorrect, but it is a fancy name. It is Darren Aronofsky.
Yeah,
Aronofsky. You should have watched that movie last night, Scully and Saunders.
I understood that reference. As we go into the next question, the category of Scott Mance's favorite category, movie release dates. Brian De Palma's Carrie was released in what year?
Brian De Palma, another somewhat fancy name.
Yeah, De Palma.
De Palma.
Yeah.
Makes him sound foreign.
Sounds like a coconut oil or like a suntan lotion.
Yeah.
5.
Can you get the
4,
De Palma out of the
3,
freezer?
2, 1. Pens down. Let's start with Scully.
1976.
And Saunders.
I also put 1976.
That is correct. And Scully is on the board.
Your next category is in the decade we are still in for 2 more months. 2010s. 2010s. Who plays Cash Green in Sorry to Bother You?
I actually like this movie. I think this is a good movie.
I have not seen it. So.
It's very weird. It gets very crazy, especially in the last half hour. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Let's start with Jeffrey.
I don't have it. I don't. I know the actor. I don't know his name.
Scully.
I believe it's Lakeith Stanfield.
That is correct.
Yeah.
And we are tied up at 2 as we go into the next question, the category of animation. As Mark Ellis likes to say, movies drawn on hand or by a computer. In Toy Story 2, the climax of the film is set at what location?
The climax.
Is Toy Story 2 your favorite Toy Story, Jim?
No, it is not.
Then you're wrong.
It's Toy
5,
Story 1.
It's
4,
the best one. There's no
3,
argument.
2, 1. Let's start with Scully.
I believe it's at an airport.
And Jeffrey.
Yeah, it's at an airport. Stinky Pete from a few days ago.
Oh, yes. Okay. Next question over to Jim. Or no, it's me. Nope, it's Jim. It's you.
Yeah, it's me. Saunders is frozen. He's
Yeah.
slow for me. It's like he's
He's frozen.
Yeah, he's lagging.
Adamant.
Frozen.
Oh,
There-
there you go.
you
You're
go.
good now.
There I am.
Okay.
I'll move Scully back to the good spot. Okay.
Okay. Your next category is in classics. Classics. Laurence Olivier and Joan Fontaine. Yes, Laurence Olivier and Joan Fontaine appear in which 1940s Alfred Hitchcock film?
You actually pronounced that right. Good for you, Jim. I'm happy for you. That is a name that I'm guessing you don't know, Joan Fontaine. She's a great actress. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down. Let's start with Jeffrey.
All right. I threw up the first Hitchcock movie that popped into my head, Vertigo.
Incorrect. Scully?
Is it Rebecca?
That is correct.
Oh, let's go.
It is Rebecca.
Good one.
Okay. Our next question. Our penultimate question.
Penultimate question.
Penultimate question, Brian. Penultimate question. In the category of action adventure. In the first Mission Impossible, during the climax of the film, Ethan uses what food item that acts as an explosive to kill Phelps and Krager?
There's a lot of questions about climaxes in this round.
Yeah, I did not write them, but I feel like I know who did. I feel like it's the person on our writing team who writes some questions. That 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Let's start with Scully.
I'm gonna kick myself. Was it a banana?
And Jeffrey?
Was it gum?
It was gum.
Tie game.
Damn it.
Tie game. Going into your last question, coming of age. A lot of climaxes and coming in this first round. Your question is thus. Elsie Fisher stars as Kayla Day in what coming of age film? I would say something about this film, but then Brooklyn Vail would get mad and start yelling at me.
5, 4,
that I'm helping people
3,
after they're done writing.
2, 1. Pens down. Let's start with Jeffrey.
Is it Booksmart?
And Scully.
I had Booksmart. I erased it and I put 8th grade.
That is correct.
It is correct. Directed by Bo for show.
Bo Burnham, yes.
For show.
Okay, well, this was a very close game so far, coming out of round 1, with Thomas with a slight 1-point lead with 5 points, Jeffrey not too far behind with 4 points, as we go into round 2, which is our wheel round. Jim, while I get the wheel up, do you want to explain how round 2 works?
Oh yeah, you're gonna bring up a wheel on wheel design, and then it's just gonna spin, and then they can keep the category.
Okay, I'll explain.
Back, and then
I'll explain how round 2 works.
Yeah, you do.
Round 2 is gonna work like this. There's gonna be 10 different categories on our lovely wheel from wheeldecide.com. You're gonna get a chance to spin the wheel. If you like what you spin, you can keep it. If you don't, you can spin again, but then you are stuck with whatever you land on. You're going to get 5 questions, whatever category you land on. If you get it correct, you get 2 points. You go to multiple choice, you get 1. Or if you get it wrong, the opponent gets a chance to steal. Thomas is in the lead, so he will get to choose whether to spin first or defer once I actually get the wheel up on screen here. Okay. The categories on the wheel tonight are 80s movies, which is Jeffrey's strength, opponent's choice, Will Ferrell, which is Scully's strength, comedy, fantasy sci-fi, Oscars, Michael J. Fox, DC, which is Jeffrey's strength, spinner's choice, and Harry Potter, which is Scully's strength. So, Scully, you are in the lead. Would you like to spin first or defer?
Spin first.
Okay. And you're going to get Michael J. Fox. Do you want to keep that or spin again?
I love the man, but we're going to spin again.
Okay. And this is the category that you're stuck with. It is Jeffrey's strength of 80s movies.
Almost better than opponent's choice.
So, Jim, would you like to give Scully his question?
In fairness, yes. I shall ask Mr. Scully his questions here. Your first question in the category of 1980s films. In Gremlins, who plays Billy's coworker Gerald Hopkins?
I fucking hate this film. Multiple choice.
Is it A, Robert Carradine, B, Judge Reinhold, C, Kevin Dillon, or D, Matt Dillon?
Matt Dillon.
Incorrect.
Incorrect.
That's what you get for saying you hate this movie.
Jeffrey, your options are A, Robert Carradine, B, Judge Reinhold, C, Kevin Dillon, or D, Matt Dillon.
Is it Judge Reinhold?
That is correct.
Yeah, it's the other one I had. Damn it.
Your next question, Scully. You will find the characters of Billy Ray Valentine and Louis Winthrop III in what 80s film?
Multiple choice.
Is it A, Down and Out in Beverly Hills, B, Trading Places, C, The Blues Brothers, D, A Fish Called Wanda?
Can I hear the options again, please?
Okay.
The options are A, Down and Out in Beverly Hills, B, Trading Places, C, The Blues Brothers, D, A Fish Called Wanda.
Five, 4.
Trading Places.
3. That is correct.
That is correct for 1 point. Your third question. Who directed St. Elmo's Fire?
Oh, my mom's going to kill me because she loves this movie. Multiple choice.
Is it A, Barry Levinson, B, Ron Howard, C, Joel Schumacher, D, Peter Weir?
Joel Schumacher?
That's correct for 1 more point. Mm-hmm. Your penultimate question in the 1980s films. How many films in the A Nightmare on Elm Street franchise were released in the 80s?
That's funny. 2 movies / franchises I've said I've hated in the last week coming back to bite me. That's ironic. Multiple choice.
5.
Is it A, 3, B, 4, C, 5, or D, 12? No, I'm kidding. D, 6.
4.
That is incorrect. Jeffrey, is it 3, 4, 5, or 6?
Let's go with 3.
You guys are giving them way too much credit. The answer is 5, one every 2 years. Your final question, Scully. In which city is Lethal Weapon set in?
Los Angeles.
Los Angeles is correct for 2 points. Big 2
Okay.
needed there.
Ending Scully's round. He kind of struggled there, but he got some points near the end. He did bring his score up to 9, only getting 4 points there. Jeffrey did get that much needed 1 point steal. So we'll be going into Jeffrey's round. Jeffrey, this will be your spin.
9 to 5. Just a quick
Oh yes,
recap.
working 9 to 5.
What a way to make a living.
Okay, Jeffrey, this will be your spin. And it lands on...
Bonus choice. Fuck it.
Nope. Harry Potter. Would you like to keep that or spin again?
Yeah, we're going to spin again.
Okay.
Get rid of
Yeah,
that.
this is the category you are going to keep.
Spin first. Ooh.
Fantasy sci-fi.
Okay.
Fantasy
All right.
sci-fi. I will be giving you your questions in the category of fantasy sci-fi. Your first question. What is the name of the horse that drowns in the swamp of sadness in the never-ending story?
Oh, crap.
Never-ending story.
I don't want to say it wrong. Go ahead. Give me the multiple choices.
Okay. A. Bastion. B. Artex. C. Atreyu. D. Phantom.
It's B, I think.
B is correct for 1 point. Next question. In what sci-fi franchise will you find characters named Dr. Zaius, George Taylor, and Nova?
The Planet of the Apes.
Correct for 2 points. Who plays the bully Jim in Edward Scissorhands?
Multiple choice. I don't know.
All right, your multiple choice options are A. Ethan Hawke, B. Corey Feldman, C. Jerry O'Connell, D. Anthony Michael Hall.
All of those guys could probably play an a-hole. How about, can I hear
5.
the choices one more time?
Yep.
Just the choices?
Yep. A. Ethan Hawke, B. Corey Feldman, C. Jerry O'Connell, D. Anthony Michael Hall.
Is it Anthony Michael Hall?
That is correct for 1 point.
Tie game.
Tie game, 9-9. Your next question. What 2016 fantasy film starred Travis Fimmel, Paula Patton, and Toby Kebbell? Five.
Multiple choice.
Okay, your multiple choice options are A. Warcraft, B. Kong Skull Island, C. A Monster Calls, D. Wrath of the Titans.
Can you repeat the whole question?
Yep. First repeat. What 2016 fantasy film starred Travis Fimmel, Paula Patton, and Toby Kebbell?
Is it Warcraft?
That is correct for 1 point. Who directed The Imaginarium of Dr. Parnassus?
Terry Gilliam?
That is correct for 2 big points, ending the round. So that does end the round with Jeffrey in the lead with 12 points. Scully not too far behind with 9 points. And anything can happen as we get into round 3. Round 3 is going to work like this. Our competitors are going to get to pick from the following 6 categories what they want for their 1, their 2, their 3, and their 4-pointer. I will let them pick their categories right now, and we will get back to you right now. Well, our competitors have picked, but they went for their 1, their 2, their 3, and their 4-pointers. Scully has picked his 1 in sci-fi fantasy, his 2 in comedy, his 3 in biopics, and his 4 in movie release dates, whereas Jeffrey has picked his 1 in family, his 2 in biopics, his 3 in comedy, and his 4 in sci-fi fantasy. Since Scully is behind with 3 points at 9, he will be giving his questions first. So his 1-pointer in the category sci-fi fantasy. Jim, you want to give those to him, or you want me to do that?
I will do that.
Okay.
Your 1-point question, Scully. What Batman actor appears in Willow as Mad Mardigan?
Oh God.
Five. 4.
Christian Bale.
3. Incorrect. We were looking for Val Kilmer. So we stick with Scully with his 2.
Your 2-pointer in comedy. In Ted, Mark Wahlberg's Johnny is terrified of what?
Thunderstorms.
5. That is correct. For 2 points, Scully is still behind, so we will be giving him his 3-pointer category biopics.
In biopics. Your 3-pointer in the category of biopics is thus. What Wild West lawman had biopics made of him in 1939, 1946, 1993, and 1994?
Wyatt Earp.
Correct for 3 points. So we will be sending it back over to Jeffrey, since Scully now has 14 points, if my calculations are correct. Okay, so Jeffrey, your 1-pointer in the category of family. What is the surname of the family Mary Poppins helps in 1960? That is correct.
Banks, not bank.
As we go into, so you are still behind by 1 point. So your 2-pointer in the category.
I'm sorry. Of
biopics. Your 2 point.
Sorry about that.
In the category of biopics, Frank Serpico is fighting to show the corruption of the police force in which U.S. city in Serpico? Five, 4.
Is it New York
3.
City?
That is correct for 2 points. So we go back over to Scully for his 4-pointer. If he hits it, then we send it back over to Jeffrey. If he misses, it's all over and Jeffrey wins. So Thomas, your 4-pointer is in the category of movie release dates. Jim, would you please like to give Scully his question?
Indeed. And I will not use the phrase sprung to screens. Because your 4-pointer is films from the Fast and Furious franchise, Terminator franchise, and Robert Rodriguez's Mexico trilogy were all released in what year?
2003.
Correct for 4 points.
Wow. Good job.
What the fuck is that wording? Boatman.
I didn't write the questions for this one.
Talk to Tony Heald. Talk to Tony Heald.
In the screens.
That is Tony Heald 100%.
He never knows what to use, like when to use the right font size, and it pisses me off
Yes.
so much.
Screens.
Okay.
Screens.
So, Jeffrey, we will go over to you. Your 3-pointer in the category comedy. Ha, 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 ha. If you hit this, you'll be tied with Thomas. Who plays music teacher Marty Streb in Here Comes the Boom? Five, 4, 3, 2.
Repeat it.
Okay. That is your second repeat. You have one left. Who plays music teacher Marty Streb in Here Comes the Boom? Five, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Kevin, I can't think of his last name right now.
You're not thinking of the right guy. He's the chemistry teacher. It is Henry Winkler, the Fonz.
Hey. Okay.
So here's the situation. If Jeffrey hits his 4-pointer, he wins the match. If he doesn't, Thomas wins. This is a nail biter, folks. Okay. Your 4-pointer in the category sci-fi fantasy. What is the name of Jyn Erso's father in Rogue One, played by Mads Mikkelsen?
Galen Erso.
That is correct, and your winner, Jeffrey Hillbilly Scribbs Saunders. That was a great match.
That was wow.
That was very intense.
Very, very intense, very good match. Pretty high scoring, 19-18. So let's go to post-match interviews right now, starting with our winner, Hillbilly Scribbs, Jeffrey. How are you feeling about that match, Jeffrey?
I feel pretty good. That was a whole lot of fun. Man, it was kind of a slobber knocker. And I really got caught up in it. I think I lost my hillbilly accent like after the first round.
Yeah. So you spun sci-fi fantasy. What was kind of your mind going through when you spun that? Like, were you feeling
sci-fi
good?
Here's the thing. I'm 45 years old, so like a lot of the movies I grew up on fall into that category. I don't usually list it as a strength, but there's a lot of stuff in there that I can pull. And with it being round 2, there was stuff that even if I didn't know it exactly, I knew if I heard it, I would get it.
Yeah.
So it gave me the option to go multiple choice on some of them.
Yeah, so you played a really good game. Now you're 1-0. You started off with a win, which is a great way to start off your trivia career. Not technically your trivia career, but at least your Warzone trivia career.
Well, we won't count the other ones because I ain't won any over there yet.
You're 1-0. I'm not sure if you've been keeping track as far as who else has been playing and winning or all that stuff. But is there anybody you want to challenge maybe, or just, whoever comes by?
Really who I'd like to have a match with is one of my buddies in the Fraction, Mark Kamier.
Oh, okay.
I'm sure he'll mop the floor with me, but I think it would be a really, really fun time.
Mark Kamier, I think that'd be an interesting match. His next matchup is going up against one Corey Quinto in a couple weeks here. But I think that's one that we can maybe make that happen in the future.
Okay. Yeah, he'll probably murder me, but it'll be fun.
Yeah, we can probably make that happen. So let's thank you for being here. Now we're going to go over to Scully. Scully, how are you feeling about how that went? You played a good game?
Willow, Nightmare on Elm Street, Gremlins. 2 of these movies I've openly admitted I've never seen before. Another one of them I've openly said that I've hated them. All 3 came back to take a chunk out of my ass today. So it stung a little bit, but I can't be, I think my round 1 was solid. I mixed up Honey, I Blew Up the Kid and Honey, We Shrunk Ourselves there. But other than that, I thought my round 1 was pretty good. And then again, the round 2, Wheel, didn't do me a whole lot of favors there. He did great in fantasy sci-fi. I just couldn't pull a whole lot in 80s. But the round 3 I felt good about, and then he got a 4-pointer that was up his alley. That's the way it goes when you're picking these categories. We both picked categories that we knew that we would know the most. I got release dates, I hit it. He got sci-fi, he hit it. So that's the way that it goes. So you know what? I can't be too mad about that. But yeah, it stings a bit. So Yeah.
Yeah, no, I think it's one of those things where really round 3 is where everybody came to play. Like you guys were back and forth, like just constantly like a ping pong or a tennis court. So I think it's a really good game. You know, you are 0-1, but you're still going to get matches soon, probably not till next season. But is there anybody who you kind of want to challenge, you really want to play?
I'm not sure who the 0-1s are, but I mean, I should. I'm on the writing team, for God's sake. But you know what? Anyone who's out there who's 0-1, I'd be game to play them. You know, I would love a chance next season to get back into it. I know I'm better than an 0-1 player. I think today the wheel kind of planted itself in the road, and I drove headfirst into it. So yeah, that's the way it went. So whoever's out there, I'd like to play them. So yeah.
Okay. Well, Jim, final thoughts?
That was very interesting, and hearing from Scully, that's just it comes back to bite him. That I think, well, if he would have hit Willow, he would have won. So yeah, it's just just movies that are in your little gray areas there, and good back and forth match. It looked like it was going to get a little out of hand there for a second when he missed Willow, but then he hits his last one, and then we go right back over, and then Hillbilly has to run through all of his, and pretty exciting there at the end.
Well, from our winner tonight, Jeffrey, from Thomas Scully, from Jim Green, and myself, Kaleb Boatman, this has been Multiplex Movie Warzone. Stay classy, San Diego.
San Diego.